Hello, I'm Matt Jarvis. I'm the new editor-in-chief of Dicebreaker. I'm joining Johnny, Wills, and some exciting people we've got coming up that you'll meet soon on the website and videos. I'm sure you'll see me pop up here and there. And I've been tasked with, well, I tried to grow a beard, but that didn't work out. So instead I'm going to read these questions from a bucket that Johnny and Wills have just left me in this room with. So let's get on with it. Question 1. Why did you join Dicebreaker? I joined Dicebreaker because I've been writing about board games for a while now, and I feel like there's really, there's so many board games out there and so many people that play board games, but there's not really a website, a video channel that properly represents what most people who play board games are like, what they're interested in. And I feel like Dicebreaker is going to be that. It is that already. And so we're going to look at the fun aspects of it. We're going to have a lot of fun, play a lot of games, but we're also going to kind of look behind the games, the people who make them, the people who play them. And so, yeah, I feel like it's going to be a look at board games and RPGs and all sorts of tabletop games that really hasn't been out there before. What can people expect from Dicebreaker? Well, I think you've been seeing some of that stuff already, thanks to Johnny and Wills. We're here to have fun, we're here to play games, we're here to play games with you, but we're also here to bring you, chats with designers so that you know how these games are made and who's making them. And so I think we just want to, have a lot of fun and just really give you a chance to learn more about the games that you already love or that you're going to love when you find out about them, and we're going to bring them to you. If you were told to design a board game, what would it be about? Oh my god, this is why I write about board games rather than designing board games. I think I like horror games, so I'd want a horror game, and I like lying to my friends, which makes me sound like a terrible person. So it'd be some kind of mixture of being really terrible to people as like a murderer or some kind of nasty ghost, but also getting the chance to lie to my friends in real life. I just sound like the worst person. This is a hard one. If you were a board game, if I were a board game, I think actually I'd probably be more like a collectible card game. I like collections of things, and so I think like there's a card game in me collecting stringed instruments or me collecting cats, or just collections. I like collections, and well, a collectible card game that I probably couldn't afford. Name 4 board game designers. All right, so I'm a big fan of Rainer Knizia. He's got some great stuff, he's got some not so great stuff, but I think Tigris and Euphrates is a masterpiece. Like, I love Lost Cities, and I think Yellow and Yangtze as well is incredible. He's done like hundreds of games, but a lot of them are really, really good. I also really like the stuff that Nikki Valens does. She does like the Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. She's done some of the Arkham stuff, the Eldritch stuff. I just tend to like jive with whatever she's making. Oh gosh, Richard Garfield I think is like a classic. Obviously he's the man that made Magic. You don't get bigger than that really in board game world. He also made King of Tokyo, which is pretty decent, and Keyforge, which I'm really loving at the moment. And then of course Matt Leacock, not least because he shares my name, so I feel like we have a kindred spirit there. But Pandemic, I think, is incredible, like Pandemic Legacy as well. And I'm looking forward to when the 3rd one comes out so I can lose every month and then eventually save the world somehow at the end. What tabletop-related item is most effective as an implement of murder? Maybe this makes me sound sick, but I think just a lot of D4s, maybe? D4s seem like, that's like getting a Dorito stuck in your throat, isn't it? They've got pointy edges. So just kind of like slowly plonking a D4 down someone's neck, one by one. And then I guess you see what the roll is at the other end. Ameritrash or Eurogame? Ameritrash, 100%. Not least because I'm not in it for the strategy, I'm in it to just basically screw everyone over, do really well when the rolls go my way, and then throw a strop when everything goes to crap. If you and your friends were stuck on a desert island, what 3 games would you bring? So, I'm tempted to say Mansions of Madness because I love Mansions of Madness, but you'd need the app. And I don't think you'd want to play the 1st edition where someone's the GM, because that's just going to end with someone getting eaten when they do something nasty to you. So I don't think any like games where you're lying to each other, anything like that. I think maybe Forbidden Desert or Forbidden Island is probably a better choice. I don't think it's going to teach you how to escape from the island, but you might find something in there. It might bring you all together. Either that or you can just use the metal tin to cook something in. Oh, I feel like a dexterity game. A dexterity game would be a good idea. Nice blocks and stuff like that. Something like Junk Art. Or maybe even Rhino Hero. Just stacking stuff up. If you got enough copies, you could probably build it high enough for a passing ship to see. Yeah, I think 1 dexterity, 1 kind of like co-op-y, and then maybe one competitive so you can decide who becomes dinner that day. The prettiest board game you've ever seen. Actually, I think Parks is pretty recent, but my gosh, that is a very good looking game. I mean, all the animal tokens are individual, so it's like, oh, am I pulling out a lynx? Am I pulling out a bat? And then I think there's like gold foil in there as well. It's just a very, very pretty game. It is, yeah, it's really quite breathtaking. If you died, what board game would they play at your funeral? I'd hope they'd play something like Gloomhaven, just so they'd stick around for, you know, a couple 100 hours. But maybe it would be more likely to be something like, I don't know, Exploding Kittens. Something light-hearted that just gets the kind of miserable bit out of the way. What I hope would be a miserable bit. I'd be sad if they were playing, like, you know, a proper party game. Bonk, Marry, Kill. Mansions of Madness, Azul, and Paperback. I think you'd want to maybe bonk Azul, because Azul is, and this makes me sound terrible, Azul is the prettiest of the three, but I don't think it's going to stick around long term. So you just want to, you know, have what you can have with Azul and then move on. I think Marry Paperback, you know, it's a bit wordy, it's going to take time to kind of adjust to it. It's a long-term relationship with Paperback as you try and actually learn words that score you something decent. And then I think you'd have to kill Mansions of Madness. It's full of monsters. You know, you don't want to marry a monster. Next out of the bucket is, what excites you about Dicebreaker? I mean, what doesn't excite me about Dicebreaker? I'm excited to work, you know, with the team, with Johnny, with Wills. I'm excited to bring new board games to the folks out there, you folks. I'm excited to play a lot of games. I'm excited to like chat with a lot of designers and kind of see where the world of board games is going. It's an exciting world. There's a lot coming up. And that's kind of the amazing thing, is you don't know what's going to be kind of interesting until it suddenly arrives. So yeah, I'm excited to just find out what's around the corner. Board or card? I'm going to say card. I like cards. They're small, they fit in your pocket, you know. I played Pokemon as a kid. I play Magic now and Keyforge. You know, you can take cards with you everywhere. A board, you're going to struggle to fit it in your pocket. The weirdest thing one of your RPG characters has ever done. It's not one of mine, but I was GMing a Starfinder game, and one of my friends decided that they wanted to completely abandon the party and end up running two entirely separate kind of scenarios in different parts of the galaxy. So it's like having to jump to one and then jump to the other, and meanwhile they're texting me all these kinds of secret notes about what their character's about to be up to and how it then might feed back into the other side of the galaxy. So yeah, it was tough. It was a real challenge, but it was good fun. I wouldn't want it to happen again though, please. Favorite die? I like I think a D10, so maybe like a D12. That's like enough faces to get like a good roll. You know, a D6 is a bit clunky, a D4 just kind of sits. And then a D20 is so multi-sided that it just becomes kind of a whatever, it's basically a sphere at that point. But I think, yeah, like a D10 or a D12 has like a good enough faces to roll nicely without it just being overkill. Sorry, D20. Your favorite party game? I really like A Fake Artist Goes to New York. Anything where I get to draw, basically. But A Fake Artist Goes to New York, if you haven't played it, basically one person doesn't know what they're drawing, so everyone else has the same word, and then everyone gets to draw one line. But you try and guess who doesn't know the word by what they're drawing. So they might draw like a random line and try and guess what everyone else is drawing, and at points it's just completely stupid because they literally have no idea, so they're just scribbling all over the place. But it's incredible, and it comes in a box about this size, which is even better. Next one, tiny games or massive ones? I like a massive game. I like a good like 3-4 hour strategy game, like expanding across the galaxy, like your kind of Eclipses, your Twilight Imperiums, like Dune. I really like Diplomacy as well, which doesn't have a lot of rules but just takes a long time and makes everyone hate you, which makes it sound not fun, but it really is. So yeah, massive games for sure. Favorite place to play a game? I think just, you know, just with friends, that's the main thing. It's not so much like where, it's the who, right? Like, it's the who that makes games. And so I think, yeah, just gathered around, like you get some crisps, you get some like drink, you get some friends. You know, it doesn't matter really where you are at that point. If you're with the right people, that's the place to play a game. What celebrity would you most like to play an RPG with? I actually think Patrick Stewart would be pretty incredible in role-playing games. I feel like Patrick Stewart's got the kind of like the vocal punch to really kind of bring that world to life. Also, it's Patrick Stewart. He seems like a nice guy. And he'll probably bring Ian McKellen with him. So yeah, Patrick Stewart with Ian McKellen attached. That's the dream team. Last question is, what is the most edible board game component? I think actually Azul's tiles, they look a lot like Starburst. Actually, I'm going to correct that. Azul stained glass of Sintra, the pieces in that look like cough sweets, to the point where I think if you put them mixed in with actual like cough sweets, you'd probably end up just swallowing one. So yeah, the most edible I think is Azul. All right, that's everything for me. This bucket is empty, mostly. You'll find out what that's about soon enough. I've been Matt Jarvis. It's nice to meet you. You'll see me round here. We've got a lot of exciting stuff planned. You know, we've got a website coming. You might be on the website right now, in which case thanks for coming along. It's nice to have you here. Or you might be waiting for the website, in which case we've got plenty to keep you busy until then. We've got some videos. They might be round here. I don't know. They're around, they're down, thank you Wheels. They're down here. So watch some of those and come join us when we play games. We'd love to have you round.